Very good to see you in this great room. We are thank you for the invite. Je m'appelle Vuitton, and this is the story of the brand. You might know the brand, but you do not know the story. Everything started in the 1800s in a small village in ancient France. My family were farmers, and I was helping them on the farm. I was working hard since a very, very young age. I was helping with the animals, with the crops. I was learning about hard work, very young. When I was 10 years old, I lost my mother. It was very sad for me because she was my best friend. My father, he got remarried really quickly. It was very shocking to me. I could not believe it. My own father, he betrayed me. He betrayed me. He got a new wife immediately. And she was very mean to me. She treated me like I was nothing, like I was trash. I could not handle it. I could not believe it. It was too much for me. I cannot handle it at this point. So I left. I could not stay there anymore. It was too much for me. I go to Paris, walking. 3 years it took me to reach Paris. I had to get out of that hell of a farm. I was stopping in different villages. I was working for different people. I was sleeping in the woods. It was cold. I was homeless. I was basically homeless. Nowhere to go, nowhere to sleep, nowhere to do anything. I saved up some money. I moved to a different village. And eventually, 3 years later, I was in Paris. I reached Paris. The big city, Paris. I could not believe it. Paris. No family, no friends, no nothing. It was nothing. I started working again. I worked for different people. Eventually, I make enough money to open my own shop. And I started making this. This is the legendary trunk, the first ever Louis Vuitton product. I have for you the original catalog of Louis Vuitton, as you can see here. This is for you. It has all the prices, everything. It was a great success. I was making enough money now that I got noticed by the Empress of France. The Empress of France, she said, "Oh, Louis, you have to be my personal designer." I said, "Okay, I can be your personal designer, but it's going to cost you." So working for her, in the meantime selling this to the richest of people of France, everything was going great. The trunk itself, as you can see, is made out of two materials, the wood and the canvas. The canvas is a very good material because when there is rain and the water comes from the sky, it does not go through the canvas. Very good material. It's waterproof, so it's very good for traveling. It's an amazing invention, if I may say. So everything is going great. I'm finally on top. Everything was worth it. And then war happened. When there was a war, the whole Paris got destroyed. I was forced to leave. I could not stay in Paris anymore because of the war. I was homeless again. I was in a different city somewhere. My wife had a baby. I had a son now. I don't know what to do. 1 year later, I come back to Paris. And what I find, everything is gone. My shop's destroyed. Nothing anywhere for me. Nothing at all. So I had to start to rebuild from the ground up. I started from zero again. After I was on top, I was back on the bottom. Nothing for me. Eventually, I managed to redo everything from the start. Everything started working slowly. We started
inventing the lock. So the lock on the canvas is a security feature. It's a new feature to prevent theft. That was my new invention. I was starting to teach my son how to do it. He was taking over the business. Everything was going great. Again, back on top. Paris was still damaged because of the war. But it came back slowly. One day I just got so sick, I could not handle it. The sickness was so bad. Back in the day, people would die from everything. I was laying in bed, and my son came to me, and I told him, this business is now yours. You have to take over the business. You have to do this for the family. And so he took over. Sadly, the sickness took me, and a few days later,